Welcome to 17th century Venice, a city built on international trade, overflowing with extreme wealth and aggressive commerce. At the center of this opulence is a nobleman named Volpone. His name translates from Italian to the fox. He possesses staggering riches, but crucially, he has no wife or children to inherit them. Volpone lives by a twisted theology. Each morning, he treats his vault like an altar, addressing his gold directly. "Good morning to the day, and next my gold." To him, these coins are icons of a private deity. To multiply this wealth, Volpone relies on his cunning servant Mosca, known as the Fly. Together, they engineer a scam. Volpone feigns a terminal illness, knowing the scent of an unclaimed fortune will draw in greedy legacy hunters before the trap snaps shut. By appearing to be on the brink of death, Volpone creates a vacuum. It forces the people around him to decide exactly how much of their own humanity they are willing to trade for a dead man's fortune. Ben Jonson structures this story as a beast fable. This is a narrative technique where human characters embody the base instincts of animals. Watch how these elite Venetian citizens immediately devolve into their animalistic counterparts. First to circle the dying fox is Voltore, the vulture. As a lawyer, he arrives with a solid gold plate to bribe his way into the will. Right behind him is Corbaccio, the raven, an ancient miser who hobbles in to ensure Volpone is actually dying, offering his own lavish gifts to secure his place. Finally, the wealthy merchant Corvino, the crow, arrives carrying a priceless pearl. Behind the scenes, Mosca orchestrates the deception, buzzing between them. He whispers a customized lie to each scavenger, assuring them that they and they alone are the sole heir to Volpone's fortune. Through this beast fable framework, Jonson delivers a sharp critique of his society. He shows how the supposed upper class of a sophisticated city instantly becomes a flock of mindless scavengers the moment they sense easy money. The scam runs flawlessly until Volpone's strictly controlled greed mutates into uncontrollable lust. While venturing outside in disguise, he spots the beautiful Celia, the wife of Corvino, and immediately decides he must have her. Mosca manipulates the situation, telling Corvino that the dying Volpone needs a young woman to restore his health. Corvino, completely consumed by the prospect of the inheritance, willingly offers his own wife to another man. Corbaccio's moral failure mirrors this depravity. To prove his absolute loyalty to Volpone, the elderly miser agrees to legally disinherit his virtuous son, Bonario, leaving him with absolutely nothing. Materialism, in its absolute form, demands more than just money. It requires the systematic dismantling of the family unit, turning wives into currency and sons into obstacles. But the flawless plan fractures. Bonario accidentally overhears the plot, bursts into Volpone's bedroom, and rescues Celia. The crime is exposed, dragging the entire cast out of the shadows and into the harsh light of the Venetian court in St. Mark's Square. In a functioning society, the court would uncover the truth. Instead, Voltaire steps up. The vulture weaponizes his legal rhetoric, twisting facts and spinning an intricate web of lies explicitly to protect the scammers and his own financial investment. The deception holds. The judge swallows the lawyer's fabricated story entirely. In a staggering miscarriage of justice, the court declares Volpone innocent, while the actual victims, Celia and Bonario, are branded as criminals. Jonson's satire exposes a systemic rot. When legal power and concentrated wealth share the same interests, the court stops being a place of truth and becomes a tool for the highest bidder. Volpone has won, but his ego demands more. No longer satisfied with the physical gold, he wants to revel in his superiority. He decides to fake his actual death, solely to laugh at the scavengers when they realize they've been conned. To sell the illusion to the court, Volpone makes a fatal administrative error. He signs a document legally transferring all his wealth and property directly to his servant, Mosca. The Fly realizes he holds the actual legal power. Mosca locks Volpone out, turning on his master, refusing to return a single coin. This implosion was entirely inevitable. A partnership built strictly on deceit and parasitic greed has no room for loyalty. It guarantees that, eventually, the predators will feed on each other. Trapped by his own arrogance, Volpone has only one destructive move left. To stop Mosca from walking away with the fortune, Volpone reveals his true, healthy identity to the court, shattering the entire illusion in an instant. The law finally acts with terrifying speed. Volpone's wealth is confiscated, and he is thrown into prison. Mosca is condemned to harsh slavery. The vulture, the raven, and the crow are publicly humiliated and stripped of their wealth and titles. The balance of the city is only restored when the court clears Celia and Bonario of all charges, freeing the inherently honest characters. Volpone endures as a masterpiece of city comedy. It holds a harsh, satirical mirror up to urban society, proving a simple point. When men choose to act like predators in the pursuit of gold, they will inevitably meet an animal's violent fate.